uh, contract, and his former club released him for that period to come out. Help us. Today, well, I was just wondering, after about 16 or many days, they found him down the water in the wreckage of the aircraft. I was just beginning to think in my head that perhaps some fish has taken his eyes, or because, he was at the emergency for 16 days. Praise God. Or motivated his body. The main thing is he's been found, and they are going to give him a proper burial. But the pilot has not been found. Has it occurred to you that where is the pilot? Praise God. So when things happen like this, of course, the press is not talking too much about the pilot, but I know by the grace of God, they will also find his body and give him a proper burial. But it is not that because you are black, so you are strong, or you are righteous, or you are in God and you are strong, or whatever, that you leave your home and get to this place this morning. So many people drove from within a kilometer and they never made it. Not because they fell asleep. And so many other people also. We saw in the recent past, about 4 or 3 weeks ago, the Queen's husband, 97-year-old man, drove a mighty car just to drive. Praise the Lord. He drove one of the best of cars. And along in the city, the man, flipped his jeep, and the guy walked out as old as he was. There was no scratch on his body. Even the woman that he had accident with, that one is in bandage. Praise the Lord. So God does things in a way that we cannot explain. So we have a reason to come before Him on a daily basis and be cheerful and be thankful. Praise the Lord. That is His purpose for us. If we are not thankful for what He has done, we will not be able to appreciate Him. If we cannot show appreciation to Him, we will not be able to receive more. We will not be able to receive more. If you wake up in the morning and you go to your dad and say, "Dad, thank you for the dinner I had yesterday. I had a sweet dream today because of it." The man will be happy to give you another dinner today and tomorrow and so on. Praise the Lord. But if you wake up in the morning and you even find it difficult to go to your dad and say, "Good morning, Dad," the man will look at you and say, "Is this really my child?" Continue to perform his duty. But the gap is already building up. May the Lord shorten the gap. When Jesus Christ died for us, there was a gap already that separated us from God. Praise the Lord. But by his death, the gap was bridged so that we can walk and have access to the Father. That is one of the key reasons that we must remember his sacrifices, his sacrifice of laying down his life, so that we will be reached to the Father. Otherwise, we were completely lost, even by the sin that we inherited. So, my brethren, let us be cheerful. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Psalm 126, verse 3. So, Lord, we thank you for the great thing that you have done for us. I thank you for the great thing you have done for me. Thank you for the breath of life. Thank you for I have hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you for these souls. Thank you because you are taking us higher, and the devil cannot stop us. We bless you. Lord, we pray for the family of this footballer and the pilot. We ask in the name of Jesus that you comfort them. send the Holy Spirit to comfort them and draw them to you, even on this occasion. Thank you for this. In Jesus' name we pray. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 5 says, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all people will see it together. All people together will see the glory of the Lord. Praise God. You know, this month is the month of the power of the Lord. This February month has been declared by the servants of God, our Father in the Lord, as a month of power. The Bible says the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all people will see it together. You will not be left out in Jesus' name. If there's anything in you or that you are doing that is making you to fall back when others are progressing, you are just excusing yourself from this scripture. I pray that today the Lord will open your eyes, that you will see together with the brethren. You will not be left out. None of us will be left out in Jesus' name in this glorious day. You know, when glory comes, a lot of good things happen. In Second Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 15, the Bible spoke about the glory in the time of King Solomon, when the man made silver and gold to be like as common as stone. That's what the scripture says in that First Chronicles, Second Chronicles chapter 1, verse 15. Praise God. So the king made silver and gold as common in Jerusalem as stones. God gave King Solomon so much wisdom that he made, by his wisdom, we saw all these testaments in the Bible. Even the Queen of Sheba, all people came to witness what God was doing or saying through this man. So he was in a position in his glorious day of King Solomon. Silver and gold were like stones everywhere. In the day of the glory of the Lord, see, God made Solomon, God made silver, God made gold. In the day of the Lord, in the day of his power, especially in these days of the power of the Lord, silver and gold will be like stones. I say in your homes, silver and stone. Not only money, not only silver, peace, joy, happiness, name it. They will be as common as stones. Amen. So, you will not be left out in Jesus' name in the day of his glory. One thing that we need to do, the hardest thing for people that are not in Christ really, is to begin to put others first and themselves second. This is what Jesus did for us. This is also what we need to begin to do. It's difficult for people that are not in Christ, but if you are in Christ, it ought not to be difficult to achieve. Jesus put himself last, and we should put us first. Praise the Lord. And we have to have interest of one another. Have the interest of your brethren, consider them first. After we look at that in the book of Galatians, and consider yourself next. If you are still in a position whereby it is me, myself, and I, then the message of today echo in your mind. From this minute, in the name of Jesus. You need to put others first and yourself, because it is human nature to put oneself first. But we need to begin to reverse it. Anything you intend to do, you have the power to do it. Praise the Lord. Flesh will fight it though, but you can overcome it if you are steadfast. Praise God. Friends, associates will fight it. They did it to Jesus. When Jesus in the book of Luke was set to go to Jerusalem, he went to a city in in Samaritan village. He resisted him to the point that John and James, sons of Zebedee, said, "Should we pour fire to consume them?" Jesus Christ should rebuke them. People will resist it. Indeed, the most powerful enemy that anyone can have is a member of their family, people that are close to them. Praise God. That would be the most potent enemy the devil can also use to take people away from the glory of God, or from making them to manifest their full potential in God. You wonder why am I saying that? The Bible says so in the book of Matthew chapter 10, 36 to 42. Say a man's enemy will be the member of his own household. Anyone who loves his father more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. All these things are there for us. Put them to heart. Try to think about it. Why is the Bible saying, why is Jesus saying, these are the words of Jesus saying, it's not worthy of me? I said earlier on that Jesus paid the price already. You do not need to die for me. I do not need to die for you. But I can still continue to crucify myself so that you will not lose the salvation that Jesus Christ gave to all of us by selflessly giving. Praise the Lord. Either giving, prayer, giving myself, or time, or whatever, advice, counsel. But Jesus paid the price first. So, for you to be worthy of the sacrifice that Jesus paid for you, you need to meditate upon those things. If, for instance, I love my wife more than Jesus, for instance, you're saying I'm not worthy of it. I'm not worthy of the sacrifice he paid that I will gain my freedom. If I love my son more than Jesus, then I'm not. That's what the scriptures say. Praise the Lord. How do I love my son more than Jesus? For instance, if my son was beating the drum now, and maybe the choir master asked him because he was assuming he was beating it wrongly, leave that place and put in Sister Anna, because she can beat the drum successfully more for that particular, and I take offense in that. I'm showing more love to my son than to the work of Jesus. He says, I'm not worthy of him. There's no two way about these things, and we need to get to a point of understanding this. Which one is more important? The work of Jesus or the facility, his grace to my son? That I will
Oh my God.
I always give an example of our father in the Lord Apostle. His father was a headmaster. Praise God. Prominent school headmaster in Lagos.
Oh my God.
When he was young, he was not allowed to minister as chorister for a long time because he was smallish. And his father was a prominent member of the church. His duty then would be to go on stage and join the intercession while the message was going on. He did it for years. His father did not say, oh, because I pay tithe in this church, I'm a prominent member of the church, I'm a prominent member of the society as a headmaster. You know what I mean? Those of us that came from Africa, you know what it is to be an headmaster. Yes, maybe in the 60s, 50s. Praise God. It did not, because of that, take offense and uproot his son Remember, Apostle was the first son, a child of covenant, and make him become a Muslim or a pagan. Sorry, praise the Lord. He kept him there, and he continued to grow as a child. He became a son. Now he became, one of the revelation of God to humanity. Praise God. Anything we do that conflicts with the interest of Jesus, Jesus says we are not worthy of the sacrificing. If the father had taken offense in those days and uprooted him, maybe he was also a boxer and made him to continue to fight boxing. By today, I tell you, nobody will record with him anymore because apart from the father, even if he has become world champion, his time is gone or will have been gone. Praise God. But today, anyone that listens to that, you will understand that no, this is God sent. And that is the man we are following. Praise the Lord. So we must learn from Jesus. We must learn from his word. If I say, okay, we have responsibility in Jesus or in Christ, and because of something, I withdraw myself from it. God is showing us today that in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 5, that the glory of the Lord will appear, and all eyes will see it together. If we are together, praise God. Of course, we have seen over the week we've been praying, Acts chapter 2. We saw what happens when after Jesus departed from the flesh. We have seen
this is not supposed to be
Acts
recorded.
chapter 2. We saw what happens when after Jesus departed from the flesh. We have seen this is Acts chapter 2. We saw what happens when after Jesus departed from the flesh. During Christmas, give us so many things from this movie. There was one that's continuing to captivate my heart, which is also likened to the parable of Jesus coming to die for us and is the wisdom demonstrated by ancient philosophers. There were two groups of people at war. Okay, one will be on this end, the other will be on this end. Now there is the river in between. To determine who will win the war or who has won the war, this one will release a goat. That opponent will also release a goat, and the goat will go over the bridge. Whichever goat falls in the river will have lost the battle. Praise the Lord. Now, the bridge is so tiny that the goat can only go like in a straight line. They cannot squeeze themselves in so that one can pass the other, so that each one can get to their destination successfully. One of them must fall in the river. And the goats knew that if they got to the middle and they began to fight both themselves, one of them will fall into the river and die. The goat doesn't want to die. Praise God. It is human being that is fighting, not goats. Praise God. A space is not enough for them to squash and the goats will pass. What happens? God, in his wisdom, puts in the goats that one of them stood down, the other go by. And having done that, both of them got to their destination successfully. None fell in the river. This is a parable. Praise the Lord. Each goat, especially the one that stood down so that the other can go over him, did not see himself as rubbish on whom others were climbing on, but rather he seen himself as a bridge to achieve the end. They say the end justifies the means. seen himself as a bridge. Just like Jesus saw himself as a bridge upon which we climb to reach God, having been a fallen state. Praise the Lord. So, we as Christians must begin to see ourselves not as rubbish or dull mat, but we must see ourselves as a bridge. See myself as a bridge that will take you to Jesus. You also begin to see yourself as such. Bible say in the house of God we have different grace. Some maybe prayer, some maybe manifesting in words like preaching, some it is in encouraging, some is other responsibilities. That is why 2, 3 people, 4, 5, some are together in the church. The pastor cannot do it alone. Know that? Just like you two cannot do it alone. So we need one another. For the glory of the Lord to manifest and others who see it together, we have to be together as well. Praise the Lord. And irrespective of what part of the ladder you belong, whether you are the one that is stooping down so that people can reach the other end, you cannot see yourself. You are not to see yourself as the doormat. You see yourself as an important part of the body. Because if you were not there, how would the other get to the end? And when these goats did that, through the wisdom and inspiration of God, they both got to their destination and it became a win-win. So none of the teams lost. Isn't that supposed to be our aim in life? It's got to be win-win. You win, you live in life, you live your life full of joy, and you still end up in eternity. Fullness of joy. Praise the Lord. May the Lord speak to us. Philippians chapter 2, verse 6. They who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. That is Jesus. Praise God. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man. He humbled himself by becoming obedient to death. That is Jesus. Even though it was God, he did not capitalize on that. At least you saw what happened in the book of John when they came to arrest him after Judas had kissed him and they were going to grab him. And Peter brought out his sword and cut off somebody's head. He said, no, don't do that, my friend. And he picked the hair, put it back. And this is a man that he could just wave his hand like this and all of them will disappear. Because it was God. But he did not do all that so that he will pay the price. So you and I, we continue to see ourselves as servants. Not servants to sin anymore, but servants unto righteousness. See, in CFT, I just thank God for establishing me in CFT. God is different, church. If I go to Redeem today and I'm preaching what I'm preaching now, maybe it won't make sense to those that are listening to. Praise God. Or if I go to Mountain of Fire and preaching, maybe it's not. That's why we don't have a foreign minister coming in and out and bamboozle us with this and that. The message that God gives to the church is peculiar to the church. And it is people in the church that can see what is happening in the church and speak the word of Jesus. So that the people of God together will get to him. And nobody will fall in the Praise the Lord. So everyone that Jesus spoke, he said in the book of John that they are filled and they are life. The word of Jesus is meant to bring life. That is why I said when I was praying at the prayer, it says, if the word comes to you as encouragement, thank God. If it comes to you as chastisement, thank God. If it comes to you as rebuke, thank God. Thank God. Do not drop it. Embrace it. Hold on to it so that you will join the brethren together in Isaiah chapter 40 of to see the glory together. None of us will be left out in Jesus' name. To be able to do what Jesus did in this Philippians 2 6 to 8, you need to focus on each other's need. You need to focus on each other's need. You must focus on, if you know a need that confronts me and you think about it, there are so many of our brethren that are looking for, this one is not in church today, that are looking for accommodation, and even though I went to then to ask, how are you? I said, oh, I'm first, I'm looking for a house. Anytime I found myself in town, I'm going from agency to agency looking for a house. Put my name down, put my email down, as if I'm the one looking for a house. Praise God. You know, you should be doing that. We should be doing that. If you are not doing that, I'm just saying, I'm not only saying you should be looking for house for people, but if you know a need that will come people, if you are not looking for house, you tell, okay, do you know what? I don't know what example to give, not to contradict, because at times when I say something, Pastor will correct me after the job that people will take this wrong. Praise God. But we should be looking out for the interest of one another. Praise God. That is the key word. Look out for the interest of one another because Jesus did it for you, and we are supposed to be like Jesus. Praise God. We talked about our needs and met it. Our needs to be reconciled to the Father, and he met it. So also think about my need, think about your brethren's need, and meet it within the limit of your power. And the Lord will continue to bless you. Amen. Amen. I want us in closing to reflect. During Christmas, I think I posted something on a forum, maybe the leaders go online. There was this man that somebody rich, a wealthy man hired a homeless person to pretend as if he's begging for alms during Christmas. Say, okay, you stand there. He gave the homeless man a lot of money. So you stand there with your arms good and ask people, so it's Christmas time. What do you need to give the homeless during Christmas? And this man dressed like homeless. He was homeless, and he was on his usual spot asking people. So when some well-dressed people pass by, he will bring his in America. He will bring his hand and be shaking it. Oh, it is Christmas, spirit of Christmas. What do you have for the homeless man? Have mercy on me. He will be doing that. Some people will just look at him and walk away. Okay? Some people, some not too well-to-do people, look at him, oh my God, and they are called to the past. And they stop by and give him maybe a quarter or something, a little money. The man will receive it and take it and take it as you are walking away. Say, come back, wait. And you'll come back. You'll give his hand to his bag and hand over $100 note in return. It's maybe I will still repost it again so that those that miss it will see it. Some of them will break down $100 in America. It's not like someone giving you €100 here. And he will tell them, Jesus loves you. So many that were captured in the video broke down and sidetracked. I only give you one of them gave him like 25 cents, and he got the €100. A mother of four that herself was almost homeless gave him, I think, $1 and got $500 in return. You know, and the man at the end of it all said, "Now I know what it is to be good. That my life has changed. Even though I'm homeless myself, the money that this wealthy man gave him to be giving people that attended to his need, he gave him money himself. He gave him like 3,000 himself for doing that job. And he broke down. He said his life has also been. So we must look for the interest of others. If on a daily basis it is our interest we are always looking out for, I tell you, after a while, we will die. Praise God. And life will continue. If we look for the interest of our wives or husbands or children, at the point we will leave this, so we die. We die, and life will continue. So the interest of others is what we ought to look for, that will make a change in generations to come. Interest of others. Jesus did it. Today we are talking about him and the sacrifice. A lot of people pay the price also, and today we are talking about them. You also need to, within your locality, continue to look for the interest of somebody so that eternity will continue to remember you. Reflect over this and know that, in this clips I'm talking about is similar to what happens in the book of Luke chapter 10 when a thief attacked a man and they beat him to almost death and they left him there. The Bible said a Levite passed by and saw him and walked the other way. Then a priest saw him, but the Samaritan, a sinner, stopped by, carried him, took him to an inn, bandaged his wounds, and paid for his treatment. So tell me, what have you done in this year? This is middle of February for your neighbor. What have you done for your brethren? Not even talking about neighbor, brethren. There are some of us in this year who have not even attended prayer meeting once. Yet there are people that are coming and praying for you, they are praying for themselves and praying for the church every day. When the word of God comes, its intention is to make us. I'm not talking of people that live far away, praise God, because some things are not practicable. There are people that live less than 100, 1 kilometer from here that have been around since Christmas. I've not seen them in prayer once. Praise God. And they are members of the church that we know we pray every day. Praise the Lord. So these are the memorials that Christians, that's what we call memorial. Apart from, being obedient to the word of Christ, sacrifice. It is called sacrifice. It is called sacrifice. If we work day, night, you ask me, I was taking the tithe record recently. Where is your tithe? There are some people I need to talk to them one-on-one right now. I do not say record of tithe. So what work? Praise God. May the Lord let his word sink to our heart. May the Lord let the word sink to our heart. If we want to see the glories spoken about in that Isaiah 40 together, we need to do things together. And the Lord will help us to do so. Colossians chapter 3 verse 13. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. He did not even say, go and ask. If I have a grievance against you, the Bible says forgive. Because Jesus did not ask me to, say to me now, Jesus, forgive me. No, he just forgave me. Praise God. Thank you. Let's even assume you have a grievance against someone in the household of God. Forgive as Jesus forgave. And over all these virtues, put on love. If we can put on love, I think multitude of sins are covered. Praise God. And let peace of Christ rule in your heart. Let peace of Christ rule in your heart. Irrespective of your background or where you are coming from, let peace rest. Because I tell you, if I'm angry now, if I'm angry with Dickon, I was asking him this one, what did you go? I said, I came yesterday. If I flare up, you came yesterday, you didn't even show that you are in town. What have I achieved? Praise God. I'll just be angry. I will probably, disorganize. Or, yesterday, elder told me, because some children are writing exam, maybe we should give them time not to come to practice. Ah, I said, I said, no, that should not happen because the church must practice. And at the end of the day, this morning, none of them show up in church. What have I achieved? Praise God. The Lord. May the Lord teach his people wisdom. We need to be at peace with ourselves. When you are at peace with yourself, things that can tear you apart will just naturally disappear. And that is the way Jesus is. Praise the Lord. The Lord will not permit what can destroy us to continue to abide in us. I tell you, if you see me and you become angry, you are not helping your own. I'm not talking of me as a person. I'm talking of you see somebody and that person you see him and or her and you get angry. Your blood pressure rises immediately. Your go and ask doctors where are they? Your temperature will change your hallelujah. Yes, of course. Everything begin to work upside down. Then you go home and take medicine. You are killing yourself. Praise God. Whereas you see somebody and you dance, you love, you share everything. Not as in shooting faces, but genuinely. I tell you, they say smile to long life. It does. God will make us to believe all this in Jesus' name. It says, and be thankful. Verse 15, Colossians 3:13 to 15. Let the peace of Christ rule in your heart, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. And be thankful. In all things, you must be thankful for where you are, where you are coming from, where you are going. If you do not thank God for where you are, you will not get about. Praise God. The moment you begin to hate somebody, you become their slave. These are in the Bible. Praise God. You see me and you begin to hate me, you become my slave because then I just suddenly show up. When you and anytime I just want you to be sad, I show up. Praise God. Then praise the Lord. Then because I'm controlling you. Is it not in the Bible? Can you put it up? What's verse 16? The moment you begin to hate somebody, you become their slave. They simply control your thoughts, feeling, and even praise. May none of this actually things. People says it in the Hebrews 12 that that will easily entangles and make it really so. When something entangles, you become subject to them. Now, may they not have dominion over you in this new year, in Jesus' name. How great the Father's love. Let's sing that song before we close. How great the Father's love for us. Oh, sorry. How deep the Father's love. How deep the Father's love is.